If you get the time, please visit my Patreon page. I would love to have you there. Just for a simple $1 a month, you can join in and get some great bonus material from shows, from music, some behind the scenes from shows, and some behind the scenes of the music that I make. I also provide tutorials on how to podcast and how to do some music tricks and other things that I've learned over the many, many years of audio format entertainment. The site to visit is patreon.com/Zerbinator, or you can go to zerbinator.wordpress.com and click on the Patreon link. Thank you all so much for listening, and I hope you enjoy the show.
This is a Zerbinator Land production. Enjoy.
Hello, my name is Zerbinator, and what you're about to hear is part of a collection of audio journals that I've been working on with my good friend Matt Lappy. How are you doing today, Matt?
I'm doing good. How are you doing, Kevin?
Good. I'm looking forward to today because we're covering quite a bit of months.
Yeah.
For the month of 1984. This is a journal that I've been working on for 1980, and we're going to go all the way up to 1989. Today is Saturday, June 30th, 1984. And we plan to tell you all that's happened in the past couple of months and then some. Mm-hmm. With a lot of help from Matt, I'm going to cover news, technology, music, and movies. We have a lot to discuss. So you ready, Matt, to begin?
I am ready.
Let's kick it. Let's go.
All right.
Welcome to Zerbinator's 8289 podcast. This is a recorded journal dedicated to the history of the 80s. All music used in the 8289 podcast was written and performed by Manolis and can be found at www.iammanolus.com.
Ladies and gentlemen,
8289.
please take your seats.
Are you ready?
We hope you enjoy the show.
8289.
The show is about to begin. Are you really ready?
So, Matt,
Yes.
how have you been, man? It's been a while since we were able to get together.
Yeah, it's been a while. I'm doing pretty good. I'm enjoying the summer.
Same.
Yeah, it's a little cooler than I expect it to be since, it's summertime. But it's not bad. I like the cool nights and the warm days.
That's what I love, the hot summer nights and my radio.
There you go.
Yeah.
The tunage.
The tunage is great.
The tunage.
And the girls watching them walk up and down the streets.
Mm-hmm.
And polishing my bicycle.
With the banana seat.
Yeah, or polishing my banana with the bicycle seat.
Oh.
Wait a minute.
I don't know about that.
Hey, tell me something.
What would you like to know?
You were telling me last week about something that you were introduced to that you thought was so amazing.
Oh, well, a family friend, their mother died. Now, this is an older lady. She's kind of like a grandma to me. Mm-hmm. And her mother just passed away.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah. Well, so during the funeral, I was asked to kind of house sit the grandmother's house. And so when people brought by like the flowers and food and stuff, I would be there to kind of help out.
Right.
Well, I was sitting in this house and it was very cold. Very cold in this house. I don't know. I thought old people had really thin skin, so they like it warmer. But
do you think maybe that caused her to?
Probably not, but
Okay.
Who knows? But it was really cold in there. But I was watching the local channels, and it being a Saturday afternoon, they show monster movies and stuff.
Oh.
Yeah, so that was pretty cool. So I got to see a movie called, it was Plan 9 from Outer Space, and that was a terrible, terrible movie. And
it still is.
Yes. And I was starting to fall asleep in the chair, and then all of a sudden I hear this music. And I look up, and I see this kind of Art Deco-ish looking visuals on the screen, and it's really cool music, and I liked it. It was like organ and clockwork music, and it was just really neat.
Nice. Yeah, I like it already.
Yeah. Well, it turned out to be this movie called The Abominable Dr. Fives, starring Vincent Price.
Oh, yeah.
And
I've heard about this. You got to see it?
Yes, it was such a great movie. And it was about this guy who, him and his wife were in an accident. He was like a genius. He was like a genius. And him and his wife were in this accident. And on the operating table, the wife dies.
Oh.
So now Dr. Phibes was all burnt up. He was burnt up like a wing. And
Wow.
yeah, it was pretty bad.
Like a chicken wing?
Like a chicken wing. He was burnt up like a wing.
Okay.
He creates all of these inventive ways to kill all the doctors who he feels let his wife die.
Oh.
And so now I'm just obsessed with Vincent Price, and I'm watching everything that I can find on him. The Fly.
Oh yeah. He's done so many awesome movies.
Yes, The Tingler. All the Roger Corman films.
Yeah.
There was even a part that was in color when most of it was black and white.
Wow.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that. I'm kind of scared to watch it. The one time I was watching this movie with Vincent Price in it, you'll probably know the name because you're a big fan now. But it's one where he fed the dogs to his owner.
Oh, that was Theater of Blood.
Yeah, that was the name of it.
Yeah.
And I was watching that. I walked in on it when my dad was watching that. My thing is that movie, when it was playing and that part came up, I was listening to Take the Long Way Home on the radio.
Take the long way home.
Ding, 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 ding,
Take the long way home.
Ding, 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 ding. And now every time I hear that song, I freak out because I had to watch that guy get fed his dogs through a funnel.
Oh, yeah, that was
Two little poodles.
That was pretty heinous.
Very heinous. The word heinous came from that movie.
It did.
Yes, because not only did the guy eat the dogs, but also their anuses. That's terrible. But hey, let me tell you what I did.
Yeah, tell me what you did.
My friend Greg wanted me to be the drummer in the band that he had. And we were going to call it Rock Nasty. It was like a Motley Crue tribute band because we love Motley Crue. And so he called me over, and I'd never played a drum set before. I played like snare in school and during, for band and things like that. So I was like, yeah, I'll try. And here I am, I'm sitting down at the kit and I don't know what to do. So he plays Smoking in the Boys' Room on loop. And has me listening to this cassette tape of it over and over again. And I'm trying so hard to learn. I finally learned it. And then he came in, my buddy Leslie from school, he came in with his bass. My buddy Tommy came in with his vocals. He was a singer. And Greg played guitar. And we did Smoking in the Boys' Room, and I played it perfectly.
Cool.
And I'm like, why are we doing this? And he's like, well, there's a couple of parties that my parents are going to have during the summer, so I thought we'd play. But what we want to do is we want to be in the Battle of the Bands when we get back to school.
That would be cool.
Yeah, so we started practicing. We're going to try to practice all summer.
And being a drummer with your long locks, that would be really cool.
Yeah, right now you can see the wisps in the back. I'm trying so hard to grow it out, but I'm going to hopefully have long locks within the next 2 or 3 years.
You need to use some that Farrah Fawcett hairspray on you.
The Aquanet.
Yeah.
I already bought some bottles. As you can see, the front. Look at this. I can lift this side up.
Yeah.
And it's like a toupee. That's how much hairspray I put on.
Wow. See, I can't do that. Mine just gets mine's too curly.
You get an afro?
Yeah, I
I
do.
Oh, golly.
And I tried to grow my hair out once, and it looked very girly.
Yeah, a lot of my friends that grow it out looks curly, and but that's cool now because all the heavy metal people are wearing makeup.
And so, see, since I haven't really hit my man stage yet, where I look like a man. It just the long hair. It just kind of makes me girly looking.
That's okay. The voice dropped really well.
Yeah, well, I can't help that. The voice is the first thing to happen usually, right?
The change, yeah. And normally you go through that stage where you could like, would you like more fries with that,
Yeah.
sir?
When I was singing with my family band and we were singing this song called Time to Change, and I'd be like, oh, yes, it's time to change. It's time to rearrange. It was like that. And it reminded me of a TV show, but I don't remember which one.
A Brady Bunch thing, I'm sure.
Yeah. Oh, maybe it was.
Oh, wow. Oh, yeah, when Peter went through that.
Maybe that's what it was, yeah.
Peter did that. Hey, do you want to go on and do some news?
Sure, let's do some news.
And now we will talk about current events.
So on March 5th, Iran accuses Iraq of using chemical weapons.
What?
Yeah, I know. And the United Nations condemns the use of chemical and the United.
You have MS like me?
Maybe I caught it from you.
I'm sorry.
The United Nations condemns their use on March 30th.
Wow.
Yeah.
So that means that today they're being condemned for the use of chemical weapons.
For chemical weapons, yeah.
I was positive when I first heard this that they were walking around with like 409 bottles and going.
Well, yeah, but I guess not. I guess it's something more dangerous.
More elaborate, and all I can do is pray for the poor people that are dealing with the effects of something that bad. I hope that, and I'm glad that we have United Nations.
Yeah.
I hope that stays together.
I do too.
Well, on March 22nd, teachers at the McMartin Preschool in Manhattan Beach, California, were charged with satanic rituals, abuse of the school children, and they were the later on that day. The charges were later dropped as completely unfounded, but for some reason, little Sally keeps calling for Beelzebub in a very weird voice. So,
well, maybe the teachers were just in a rousing game of Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh, yeah, they could have been doing that.
I mean,
and maybe little Sally calling for Beelzebub. That could be her dog.
It could be.
Yeah.
Come here, B. Or maybe she just sounds like Froggy from the Little Rascals.
Oh yeah,
remember Froggy?
Yeah, I remember Froggy.
Hey, Froggy. Yeah.
Guys, let me play cards.
He was like 8 years old, and he sounded like a 75-year-old woman who had been smoking her entire life. Yeah. So on April 4th, U.S. President Ronnie Reagan calls for the international ban on those same chemical weapons.
Yeah, Reagan. Thank God for Reagan calling an international ban.
Yes.
Because if he didn't do that, then... it'd be the same thing as if people were making pancakes in only one country, and now they're the international.
That's right. The international chemical ban.
The international chemical ban, or IBAN.
Yeah.
Is I'm so glad
I use ban roll-on.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you use international ban roll-on, or do you just smell good in this country?
I just smell good in this country. In the other countries, I stink.
Oh.
And some people say I stink in this country, but that's okay.
That's all right. What do they know?
Yeah. What do they know?
On April 24th, an X-class solar flare erupts on the sun.
I saw that.
Can you believe it?
Yeah, when I was standing outside in the backyard looking at the sun like I do every Wednesday, I saw this really bright flash, and I went blind for a little bit, and then my mom just said, "Stop looking at the sun, you idiot."
That'll do it. If you stop looking at the sun, two things: number one, your eyes will be safe, and then your mother wouldn't call you an idiot.
Yeah, I didn't like being called an idiot.
That's not nice.
I cried.
I would have.
I cried big sobbing tears. I was like,
and then it hurts your eye. It hurts your eyes because the sun was burning them.
It did, and like I was having teardrops, but they were kind of like tinged with red. Like I think there might have been a little bit of blood in there or something. But I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm okay now. I only go blind every now and again.
That's all right. What? No, I'm kidding. Hold on. Now you said that, my eyes itch.
So on May 8th, the Soviet Union announces that it will boycott the 1984 Summer Olympics in Los Angeles.
What in the world do you do when you boycott something? Just sit there and shake your head at it? Or do you have to put a little young man on a sleeping apparatus?
I think that's what you do. I think
that's a boycott?
Yeah.
I don't get it. So you just say, the 84 Olympics suck in Los Angeles.
I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. Not going to do it.
Does this have to do with the fact because we're not having it in the Soviet Union and we don't believe in the Soviet Union? We want it to be separated from...
Probably because we're right now we're like in a heightened state of worry of nuclear war. So
that'll do it. It's scary.
It is scary. There's this movie that I don't know if it's come out yet, but no, it hasn't. I don't think it has, so I'm not going to talk about it. It's just an idea I had in my mind.
The thing is if we're having something, if we're boycotting something because of nuclear war, why give a kid a place to rest?
Well, everybody needs to rest, Kevin.
All right. On May 31st, 6 inmates, including James and Linwood Briley, not Brimley, not this guy.
Diabetes.
Escaped from the death row facility in, I'm going to go for it.
Okay.
Mecklenburg Correctional Center. That's what it's called.
High Mecca Johnny Ho.
The only occasion this has ever happened in the United States. Can you believe it?
I can't believe it. I didn't think people could escape from death row. I thought it was like locked down tight.
No, apparently you can do it. And what you do is you slip the guard a Mickey. Mm-hmm. And I'm not talking about the drink or the pill. What you do is you get from Disneyland a little Mickey Mouse thing. And they're like, oh. And then they do the voice. How you doing? And then while they're doing that, you just tiptoe by them. But you have to make the sound of a piz sect. So it has to go bing, 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 bing. You have to make that noise because it fits in with the Mickey Mouse.
And that's called a what? Free. And that's called a what?
Piz. P-I-Z-Z. Pizzicato.
A pizzicato.
So piz sect.
Does it have anything to do with pizza? Pizza? P-I-Z-Z-A? Pizza?
No, pizza is a food that America created. Oh. I don't think it was called pizza in Italy.
What was it called there?
Calzones.
Oh.
Unfolded.
An unfolded calzone.
I'm making things up now. I think we're the ones that titled it pizza, but then I could be wrong. I think they called it a pizza.
A pizza. A pizza. And you got to do your fingers like this. A pizza.
A pizza.
A pizza.
Hey, you want a pizza? Come on over and we give you a pizza.
Get to the pizza with the pepperoni.
And then get to the chopper.
Hopefully I'm not being offensive right now. Sorry to our Italian...
What does that mean?
Sorry to our Italian listeners.
What does offensive mean back here in 1984 when we all got along and made fun of each other and we're perfectly fine with it?
That's true. There is no politically correct right now.
I don't think there is such a thing as a hashtag. There's a pound sign on the telephone.
There is a tic-tac-toe.
And the hashtag would be something that you would put a price on your breakfast.
Right, exactly.
That's right. I'll have hash browns. How much is that? Well, here's the tag. $1.50 for a side of hash browns.
Absolutely. That's a lot for hash browns.
What do you get?
Gold-plated hash browns?
No, they're just real potatoes that someone chopped up and not from a bag.
Oh, okay.
Gold-plated hash browns. Crunch. Exactly.
June 6th, Tetris is officially released in the Soviet Union on the Electronica 60.
Hey.
I love the music to Tetris.
I do too.
I don't remember.
Can you sing me a bar?
Dun 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 dun.
Hey!
Dun 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 dun.
Hey! You breathe in, I hope.
That was tough to
Now,
do.
see why, now that's released in the Soviet Union, do you think they changed the song to match the Soviet Union out of excitement, or was that the original song that was always there?
I don't know.
It makes me wonder.
Makes me wonder. I wonder why.
I wonder. On June 16th, the world-renowned, critically acclaimed Canadian entertainment company, Circus du Soleil, Circus du Soleil, is founded. They found it. You know where it was?
Where was it?
In the soiled underwear of the French people.
Ooh.
No, this is something. It's called Circus of the Soul.
Circus
I
of the
think
Soul.
that's what this means, just because the word soul is there and I'm pretending to be highly intelligent. It's my show.
And it's pronounced Cirque du Soleil, correct?
Circus du Soleil.
Cirque du
But
Soleil.
I think Circus Soleil.
Cirque.
But there's a
Cirque.
There's a
Cirque. Cirque.
Cirque.
Cirque. Du.
Cirque.
Du.
Du.
Soleil. Cirque du Soleil.
Circus du Soleil.
Cirque du Soleil.
Cirque du Soleil.
Cirque du Soleil. Wait, that's Italian again. Cirque du Soleil. Cirque du Soleil.
Circus Soleil.
Cirque du Soleil.
So in the future, if you want to see a bunch of Canadian Frenchmen prance around in stockings while hanging from ropes and chimpanzees, please. Hey, you want to talk to us about technology?
Sure, let's talk about technology.
And now we will talk about technology.
So in 1984, wow, in the whole year of 1984. So
Exactly.
Did you know that the first commercially available cell phone, the Dynatac 8000X, was created by Motorola?
I didn't know that this was finally available for commercial availability.
Yeah, it's amazing. I mean, it's not attached to a wall anymore. You can just be anywhere and talk on it. And it's so cool. It's like I don't know, 3.5 feet long.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's small.
And it's got this great big antenna that you pull up like a walkie-talkie.
Yeah.
And it's so cool. Now, right now, I've only seen like the really rich people, the people using it.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I would love to have one of those.
My dad actually, he works for the government, and Dynatac installed one in his car.
Ooh.
Yeah, and it's huge. I mean, it's huge, but it has its own little holster for charging, and he keeps it plugged into the cigarette lighter. So the power is always on there. But if something happens, then you need to call him right away. And it is a Motorola. It has the big M on it, but it's like a light beige. I've never seen a telephone in light beige like that. The way this is. This is pretty cool.
Was Christopher Walken here just a second ago? Because you went, because.
You know. And maybe he was in spirit.
Maybe he was.
You know, because Motorola made a phone and it fit just right. In 1983, and the reason that I'm talking about this is because I just found out recently about this, but I thought I would share it with technology. The United States introduced a zip code +4 so that you could find the location, the people delivering could find the location much easier. They basically took the grids that were the zip codes and then made another grid within it to pinpoint locations easier. So when I wrote a letter to my great Aunt Charlotte in the middle of this month, I used the zip code for her, which was her usual zip code, +4 more numbers.
So now I have to remember more numbers?
You don't really have to remember, but it really helps with the processing. She got the letter within 2 days faster than normal mail would be sent.
So is the letter going to come back to me if I don't use the 4 numbers?
Not at all. If you basically use the same zip code that you have been using, before, then it'll be fine. But if you add on the jurisdiction code or basically the other, it's not jurisdiction code, it's location code, after it, the extra 4 numbers, it just gets there much quicker. Maybe in the future it'll be automatic.
Yeah. Well,
but
I don't write many letters anyway, so I guess it doesn't affect me much.
You don't write your aunts or your uncles?
No. Who does that?
Wow.
This isn't 1750.
Well, I like writing letters to everybody, and they always send me letters.
Yeah. Do you put perfume on your letters?
No.
Do you pour like hot wax on the back of it and then take your stamp and go and stamp it and
Yes.
it's got your crest and stuff in there?
It does have my crest, and sometimes I'll squeeze a little AIM on there or Aquafresh.
Colgate.
But yeah, because it just that makes it smell good. But I would never put perfume on there or parfum.
Parfum.
Hey, do you want to do some music news?
Let's do some music news.
And now we will talk about music.
On March 1st, Sting plays his last concerts with the Police at the end of the Synchronicity tour. The band takes a pause after the tour and only play a few special events together after this until 2007. I don't know how I know that, but it's
How
a
do you
guess.
know
It's a
that?
guess.
That's
It's a guess.
awesome.
And I think around 2007, I think they might organize a reunion tour, but that's just speculation because that's like, I don't know, 30 years from now.
Yeah, you never know.
You
And
never know, but
you never know. And on top of that, I have no clue whether or not I'm going to own that on something called a Blu-ray.
a Blu-ray.
I just saying.
That sounds
I
like
feel
something from
like-
Lost in Space or something.
I know, right? So I'm not going to say that, though, because that's hearsay.
Yeah, but you know, it's
hear
just
me
all
say it.
speculation.
All speculation.
But the most important part is that Sting just played his last concerts with the Police, and they're going to take a pause after this tour.
Do you want to rearrange it and you do mine because you were supposed to do mine
Say that again.
and I was supposed to do Sting and you were supposed to do Alice Cooper. I forgot.
Oh, well, it doesn't matter.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, hey, on March 1st, one of your heroes.
Oh, yeah, Vincent Price.
No.
Okay. Freddie Mercury.
No.
Okay. Ronnie Reagan.
No. I
Okay.
wish. No.
Count Chocula.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm kidding. It was Alice Cooper.
Oh, school's
Alice Cooper. Yeah.
out for summer. Boom, boom, boom. School's out forever. Yeah.
I love that song.
I got in trouble when I did the Alice Cooper eyes. My mom said I was too that I was a guy and I shouldn't be putting on mascara.
Did she call you an idiot again?
No, she didn't call me an idiot this time.
Thank God. It seems like anything you do with your eyes, you get called an idiot.
I know. They're my eyes. They're mine.
Yeah. Mom, leave him alone. I said her by accident. Don't take that personal.
It's not like I've got eyes without a face. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You know, that gives me an idea. I'm going to have to talk to my friend Billy. Alice Cooper, who has not toured for his last 2 albums, parts ways with his longtime label Warner Brothers.
Ooh.
It's sad.
That is
so
sad.
There goes Bugs and Elmer, and goes on a hiatus from the music industry. Cooper begins mulling over plans for a comeback, which he might carry out in 1986.
That's 2 years from now. No new music for 2 years?
I'm afraid that he might be done for a while. So
Man.
sorry, buddy. Very sorry.
Man, I'm just getting to that age where I can go to concerts.
I went to my first concert when I was 12.
Well, that's how old
Back
I am
in
right now.
1982. Oh, see?
It's 1984. I'm 12.
Yeah, and I was 12 in 1982, and I went and saw Flock of Seagulls at the 930 Club in D.C., my first concert. Kerry Rich took me. It's really nice of him.
Did you do your hair up in that flock of seagulls?
No, I was too clean cut for that, but I did stare at Mike Score's face for the whole show because he was right in front of me, and since there's no real stage there,
Yeah.
we just stared at each other the whole concert, and quite uncomfortably.
I imagine.
Honestly.
I imagine.
I was a little too close, and I was afraid to back up or go forward. And but it was amazing to watch one man do all those sounds with just a keyboard, and then there was a guitarist there.
Mm-hmm.
The drummer was not there, and the bassist wasn't there. But that was it, those two guys. And it was amazing how much music came from that.
That's cool. I only know one song by Flock of Seagulls.
The song about Iran?
Yep. And the chemical weapons?
Yep. That's it.
Yep.
That's
yep.
it.
Yep.
It's a great band, though. I love them.
On April 1st, that's April Fool's Day, you know. New York rock and roll magazine Trouser Press folds after a decade. It published its 96th and final issue on April 1st.
That's a shame. That was competing with what's that, Rolling Stone magazine?
Rolling Stone, yeah.
Yeah, that's a shame that ended. I guess Rolling Stone beat the crap out of it.
I guess so. I never read Trouser Press, but I heard good things.
Yeah, I heard good things too. I'm a big Hit Parader freak. I love Hit Parader magazine for all the metal. I'm a metalhead.
See, so. I like Parade magazine in the Sun
and Parade.
In the Sunday newspaper. Yeah, I like reading that.
Also on April 1st, this is very sad. Los Angeles is where Marvin Gaye got shot and killed during an argument with his father. And he was just about to turn 45, died way too young. An incredible, incredible musician. I am a huge fan of Marvin Gaye.
Yeah, he had some good songs.
Yeah, and that's just sad. How can a father shoot his own son?
I don't understand it. Do you know what they argued over?
I don't know what they were fighting over.
Yeah. Okay, well.
I don't know. Maybe later in the future, you can find out.
Yeah, maybe we'll find out.
In the future, but yeah, it's such a sad thing.
On May 1st, Mick Fleetwood, of Fleetwood Mac fame, he filed bankruptcy.
Oh.
Yeah. I hope that doesn't affect the band.
Where did he file it?
He filed it in the United States. Well, that's where he lives,
Oh, I thought he was British, but I guess not then.
No. Well, at least I don't think so.
I can't remember.
He doesn't sing British.
Yeah, that's got to be rough when you got a band named after you and probably one of the greatest tasting hamburgers of all time.
That's true.
And then you just lose all your money.
Yeah, that's. I don't understand how that can happen. You make so much money playing music, and you have to file bankruptcy. But I guess he just made some bad decisions.
It's seditions. Maybe seditions too.
Seditions. It was probably all them drugs.
It could have been all the drugs. You know what he could do to get his money back? Well, since he's Fleetwood Mac, maybe he could sell the recipe to his secret sauce.
Ooh, maybe.
And get all that money back.
I don't know if I'd want his secret sauce, though.
Oh, that's gross.
It is gross.
On May 2nd, Lionel Richie's hit Hello.
Hello.
Is it me?
I just wanted to say hello.
Oh, I thought you were going to do the rest.
No.
You're looking.
No, I just wanted to go, hello.
I can see it in your eyes. And girl, look at those thighs. Yeah.
But isn't he singing to a blind woman in that video?
I don't know.
Or is that the other song? I don't know. Okay, go ahead. Don't know where I was going with that.
I don't either. But if he was singing to a blind woman in that song, how would she know that he's talking to her?
How could he see it in her eyes?
So the hit Hello becomes a Motown first ever UK million selling single.
Hello.
The first song to sell millions and millions of dollars in the UK. Can you believe it?
That's amazing.
Congratulations.
Good job, Richie.
He's Richie Rich. Why doesn't he bail out Fleetwood's Mac?
Maybe he should.
I think he should help out.
Maybe he should do a concert for charity for Mick.
Yeah. And you know what he does when he calls Mick? You know what he says to him?
Hello.
That's it.
So on May 5th, the Pretenders singer Chrissie Hynde married Simple Minds singer Jim Kerr.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Don't you forget about him.
I won't. I will not forget about him.
That is beautiful. I hope they stay married forever and ever.
Depends on whether she keeps her hand in her pocket or not.
So now her name is Chrissy Kerr.
Or Chrissy Hindker.
Weird. Or maybe they're, they like to be elitist, so maybe it's Jim Hind.
Maybe.
You never know.
Or maybe she just keeps her own name because, she's already got a career.
Was that a stab at Jim Kerr?
No.
Not really. No. I took it. I don't know where I'm going. Hey.
Hey.
You know what happened? You know what happened on June 8th?
Nope.
Billy Joel, one of my favorite musicians ever created, performs at Wembley Arena. The concert is later broadcasted on BBC television in 2 parts.
Ooh. How can we watch that over here?
We can.
Wow.
We might have to wait one day. Maybe they'll put it on that Blu-ray thing I was talking about.
Now, was it BBC 1 or BBC 2 or BBC 3?
I think it was a BBC 0.
Oh.
Because I don't think they had 1, 2, and 3 yet.
They didn't?
I don't think so.
I don't know. I'm not British.
You don't look British.
Nope.
Let me hear you sing.
Hello.
No, you don't sing British either.
No. June 18th, at the climax of a Judas Priest concert at Madison Square Gardens, breaking the law, breaking the law, breaking the law, breaking the law. Fans began ripping out the cushions from the seats and throwing them on stage. Now, Judas Priest, the band, paid for the damage through insurance, but they're banned from Madison Square Gardens for life.
Oh my!
They can never play there again.
That's terrible.
No, I don't understand because it was the fans that were breaking the law, breaking the law,
That's
breaking
very
the law,
good.
breaking the law.
Don't you think that the fans should be the ones paying for the seats, and then the fans can't ever play there, but Judas Priest can come back any damn time?
I agree, and it's not like they just left it. That the damage was paid for by the insurance. So that makes
Lionel Richie's money could help pay to get Judas Priest back in there.
Hello.
Are these seats what you're looking for?
Oh, yes, yes.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. On June 25th, Prince released his 6th album, Purple Rain. Have you heard this sucker?
I have heard this sucker, and it is amazing.
Winter's cry, doves cry.
And that song, Darling Nikki, so dirty.
Oh, that's terrible.
It is.
I met her in a hotel lobby doing that thing with the thing.
Yeah.
Made the finger smell real bad. But did you know that the song itself was written about a girlfriend he had?
Really? I did not know that.
Yeah. Named Nikki.
Oh. Well, that's a good title for it then.
It is a great title for it. Hey, it's time to go down the U.S. Top 10 singles for the week ending June 23rd, 1984. Here's the gentleman. Here's Christopher Walken to sing his number 10.
Hey, more cowbell. Hey. Carmel.
That's Christopher Walken at an ice cream shop. I could use some more caramel.
I could use some of that Carvel.
I sure could use a whale cake.
Number 10.
Eyes Without a Face by Billy Idol on Chrysalis Records. I'm all out of hope. One more bad dream could bring a fall. When I'm far from home, don't call me on the phone to tell me you're alone. It's easy to deceive, eyes without a face, got no human grace. Your eyes without a face, face. Woo! Thank you.
I love that delay button you had.
The what?
That delay button you had there.
Hey, you like that?
Yeah, that was nice.
Yeah.
Did you know that the woman that sang in this is actually singing something in French? I can't remember what the words are, but it just meant eyes without a face in French.
Well, the words are
Yeah.
Le ye sans visage. Le ye sans visage. And of course, I'm not,
Yep.
I don't speak French, so I'm probably...
Visage is face, and the second word is eyes.
Sans is without.
Yep.
Le is the. And ye, which is Y-E-U-X, means...
Must be eyes.
Eyes, yeah, sure. It almost spells eyes. E-Y, there's a Y and an E in there.
Yeah. And the thing is that this woman was recording something else somewhere else, and he or Steve Stevens heard him in another room, heard her in another room doing something else in the studio.
Mm-hmm.
And this song wasn't even going to be on the album. Her voice was beautiful. And if I'm wrong about this, I'm sorry, but that part, I think I'm right. But this, I know I'm right about, is that the drums were played on a Lynn drum. Billy Idol came up with the keyboard part in like 10 seconds because they needed to fill up the album with one more song. This song was written in like 20 minutes. And it was put on there, and then they got this girl out of Studio B doing something in French and loved her voice, brought her over, had her put her track on. This song became a number 10 hit on Billboard.
Wow.
At this present moment.
Well,
Isn't that a beautiful thing?
It is a good song.
It's an amazing
It's
song.
probably my favorite. It's probably my favorite Billy Idol song thus far.
I love all the Rebel Yell songs that this came off of, White Wedding and all that stuff. But this one is fun to jam with when I'm just twinking around on my guitar.
Yeah, yeah.
Especially for that, you know that part.
Yeah, yeah.
Number 9.
Coming in at number 9, Oh Sherry. No, this isn't the flavor of a wine. By Steve Perry. The reason it is Oh Sherry, I think this was written about his wife.
Oh, yeah? So she was
I
Sherry
think it
Perry?
is. Sherry Perry? Cher Pear. Columbia Records. And here we go. Oh, Sherry, I love, oh, Sherry, I love,
That was beautiful. That almost sounded like Steve Perry.
Almost. I think I sounded more like Sherry than Stevie.
Maybe.
Stevie, but
That is a good song, too.
I love that song.
You think you'll sing any more with Journey?
I hope he stays there as long as he can.
Yeah.
I understand he's taking a trip to the Philippines pretty soon.
Number 8.
We'll see what happens.
It will. So, number 8 is from that album we just were talking about a little bit ago in the music news.
Yeah.
So, the song's When Doves Cry by Prince by Warner's Brothers.
Oh, yeah. I love this
By
one.
Warner Brothers. Okay, ready?
I hope so.
Take, if you will, the picture of you and I engaged in a kiss. The sweat of your body covers me. Can you, my darling, can you picture this dream if you can? A courtyard, an ocean of violets in bloom. Animals strike curious poses. They feel the heat between me and you. How can you just leave me standing alone in a world that's so cold? World that's so cold. Maybe I'm just too demanding. Maybe I'm just like my father, too bold. Maybe I'm just like my mother. She's never satisfied. She's never satisfied. Why do we scream at each other? This is what it sounds like when the doves cry.
That was beautiful.
Thank you.
I harmonized.
I do it a little bit in a lower octave than he does, but I think I bring across the je ne sais quoi of the music.
You sure did. And for those who don't know, je ne sais quoi is Japanese.
Number 7.
Coming in at number 7 is Jump for My Love.
Ooh.
The Pointer Sisters on Planet Records. Jump for my love, jumping. You gotta take a little in the night, baby. Jump for my love. That's all I'm doing of that. It's hard to do a female's voice right.
Yeah.
But I think I captured the feeling.
You captured the essence, as it were.
The essence of Jump for My Love.
Yes, of the Pointer Sisters.
This song is one of the most terrible songs ever written, in my opinion. But I sang it with such dignity.
Really worse than Cars?
Yeah, much worse
Really?
than Cars.
I don't know.
Yeah, in my opinion. But
Okay.
yeah.
Number 6.
All right, so number 6 is The Heart
Yes?
of Rock and Roll by Huey Lewis and the News from Chrysalis
this song.
Records.
Love this.
New York is everything they say, and no place that I'd rather be. Where else can you do 500,000 things, all at 2:45? Ba-na-na-na. When they play their music, ooh, that modern music, they like it with a lot of style, but it's still that same old backbeat rhythm that really, really drives them wild. They say the heart of rock and roll is still beating, and from what I see, and I believe 'em. Now the old boy may be barely breathing, but the heart of rock and roll is still beating.
Very good, buddy.
Thanks, buddy. Thanks, buddy.
I couldn't tell a difference between the guy who originally sang it.
Thanks, buddy.
Hey, I enjoyed every second.
Thanks, buddy. Cool.
Number 5.
Coming in at number 5 is Self-Control by Laura Branigan from Atlantic Records.
It's not a bad song.
Oh, the night is my world. City light, painted girl. That means putting on makeup. In the day, nothing matters. In the night, time that flatters. In the night, no control. Through the wall, something's breaking. Wearing white as you're walking down the street of my soul. You take my self-control. You take my self-control. And it goes on and on and on.
Very good. Very good.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
That almost sounded like Laura Branigan.
You know, I got a hint of the Branigan, and then again, I didn't.
It might have sounded a little bit more like the Murder She Wrote lady, though.
Yeah, a little bit like that chick,
Yeah.
Laura, the chick from that.
Yeah. She's in Bedknobs and Broomsticks, and her name is Angela Lansbury.
Oh yeah, her. Yeah, I know that girl.
Number 4.
So number 4 is Dancing in the Dark by Bruce Springsteen, Columbia
Oh,
Records. Yeah. I get up in the evening and I ain't got nothing to say. I come home in the morning, I go to bed feeling the same way. I ain't nothing but tired. Man, I'm tired and bored with myself. Hey there, baby, I could just use a little help. What? What's he talking about there?
I don't think I want to know.
I don't think I want to know either. Hey there, baby, I could just use a little help. Bruce, what's up, man?
This is before Viagra.
What are you doing, man?
I guess he's dancing in the dark.
I guess so. Anyway, that was Dancing with the Dark by Bruce Springsteen.
That's a very good job. You sounded seriously a lot like him. That was pretty good.
I don't know.
In the way that you move your hands to your side, back and forth,
Yeah.
the way he dances like that.
And I have my
Very good.
jeans on, my Levi's.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, you turned around and you faced an American flag and you had a red rag sticking out of your butt.
I did, and I kind of moved my butt back and forth like that.
Yep,
Yep.
just like
Yep,
that right there.
Just like that.
Oh, that's awesome. Too bad these aren't videos.
Yeah, too bad. Maybe someday if we can do that. I don't know if that technology is available yet.
You know, I'm going to save up money and we're going to put out a laser disc.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Number 3.
Coming in at number 3, Let's Hear It for the Boy by Denise Williams of Columbia Records. Here we go. Let's hear it for the boy. Ba-doom-doom. Let's hear it for my baby. Let's hear it for the boy. Da-dum-dum. Let's hear it for my baby. Another wonderful song that I put up there in the same realm as Pointer Sisters' Jump.
Yeah.
For my love.
Still think it's worse than Cars by Gary Newman?
Yeah. Yeah, I do.
Okay.
I would listen to Cars on a loop if I never had to hear Jump for My Love or Let's Hear It for the Boy ever again.
Okay. Well, number 2 is Time After Time by Cyndi Lauper from Portrait Records.
I love this song.
Number 2.
Lying in my bed, I hear the clock ticking and think of you. Caught up in circles, confusion is nothing new.
Confucius said.
Flashback, warm nights, almost left behind.
My behind.
Suitcase of memories. Time after sometime you pictured me. I'm walking too far ahead.
Way ahead.
You're calling to me.
Hello.
I can't hear what you've said.
Speakers
then
off.
you say, go slow.
Speed up.
I fall behind.
My behind.
Second hand on what? What? I must have sang that wrong. Anyway, Time After Time by Cyndi Lauper.
The second hand unwinds.
Second hand unwinds. If you're lost, you can look and you will find me.
Find here.
Time after time.
Use your watch.
If you fall, I will catch you. I will be waiting.
Ouch.
Time after time. 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 Time after time.
That was awesome.
Thank you.
Wow.
Except for that little mess up where I forgot the words, but hey.
Number 1.
My favorite song ever. Any 80s song. This is my favorite 80s song ever, and I'm so glad it made it to number 1.
Cool.
And I think I even remember.
That is a
when
good song, yes.
This is my favorite. Ladies and gentlemen, the number 1 song for the week ending June 23rd, 1984 is my favorite song ever written on this planet. It's called The Reflex by Duran Duran from Capitol Records. And I'm going to try to do the best I can to pay it homage or homage or homage. Here we go. I don't know the words, even though I love this song so much. And it goes something like this in the song. Even though I love it, I can't remember. So why don't I use it? I guess that now I have just gone and lost it. Oh, why did I lose it? The reflex is a lonely child. It's dancing on the phone. What does that mean, dancing on a phone?
I don't know. Maybe they're talking on the phone and dancing while listening to some music or something.
That's a good point.
Yeah, maybe.
Love it. The Reflex, Duran Duran.
That is a great
Thank you
song.
so much for that song, guys.
Yes.
That is the best song on the planet.
That is a good song.
And now we will talk about movies.
Hey, Matt.
Hey, Kevin.
You want to do some movie
Sure,
news?
let's do some movie news. So you know Ghostbusters was released on June 3rd. And
Yes.
did you know that if Eddie Murphy, now he was in the running to be in Ghostbusters. And if Eddie Murphy had accepted the role of Winston, the character was actually meant to appear in more of the film. He was meant to have joined the team much earlier, and it would have been he who was slimed at the hotel. But when Murphy declined the role, the script was rewritten to have Winston appear about, I don't know, halfway through the film.
See, that's a shame because the man who played Winston, I can't remember his name, did such a good job.
He did.
And I'm really surprised that they didn't give him more. I mean, he still came back and did the other two.
And he was played by Ernie Hudson.
Yeah, thank you, Ernie Hudson.
Yes.
And what I mean by other two is that there was Ghostbusters 2, but from what I understand, by 2020, from what I hear, the son of Ivan Reitman is producing one with the original cast.
Really?
Yes, this is true.
It's true, or is it speculation?
No, this is true. And because Ivan Reitman, of course, is alive and well, and I doubt anything will happen to him, but to pay homage or homage or homage to him, his son is going to produce the movie and actually coerce the original actors to be in it after the women destroy the film, as women normally do.
Why? The women destroyed the film? What?
Apparently there was a version that will come out in the future played by women. Nostradamus spoke of this.
Is it really apparent, though?
Apparent?
You said apparently. Is it really apparent that this has happened since that's 30, 40 years in the future?
Just what Nostradamus said.
Okay.
And they'll destroy the film and its legacy, and then it'll be up to the son to rejuvenate everybody's faith in this movie.
I'll try not to look at the sun because it hurts my eyes, I guess.
Hey, Matt.
Hey, Kevin.
You know how I like to breakdance, right?
Yeah. You've talked about it before.
I love breakdancing. On May 4th, the first film concerning breakdancing was released. It's called Breakin', and it's great.
Cool.
It has some really famous breakdancers in it. There's Beach Street that is going to come out eventually. I can't remember when that's supposed to be released, but Breakin'. Oh, it's a great movie, and there's a lot of this. And a lot of this. And look at this moonwalk. Isn't that great?
It is great.
And I can't wait to see this again. It was great in the theater. I think we're going to go see it in a matinee next Friday.
Yeah. I want to go see that. I haven't seen that.
It's a good movie. You can come with me.
Okay.
I think you'll enjoy it.
Cool. I'll buy the red vines.
Okay.
Okay.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
Chewy. So what movie?
No, I can't do it. I can't do it. Why can't I do a Wookiee? I can't do a Wookiee.
Let me try. I can't do any. Hold on.
I don't think that was a Wookiee.
What was it? Let me try this. Oh.
That definitely wasn't a Wookiee.
What movie did... Whoa!
Something like that.
That was... I can't do that. I can do this.
Yep, that's
What movie did you see?
that was the Sand People, the noise you just made. I went and saw the movie Splash.
What did you think?
I thought it was pretty good. It's about this. It's got a flashback part, and then it's got the present day stuff. But this little kid in a flashback, he's out on this boat, and he's got a brother, and he's throwing coins on the deck of the boat so he can look under people's dresses. And
awesome. I've done that.
And then the little boy, he looks out and he sees a little mermaid girl. And he's trying to show his parents, but his parents don't believe. And so he has to walk away from the Little Mermaid girl, and the Little Mermaid girl starts crying. And then she goes underneath the water. But you don't know she's a mermaid girl at that point because you just see a little girl. But then when she slides underneath, you see the fin go whoop, whoop, whoosh, and she goes
cool.
So then it goes up to the present time, and he's never forgotten about this girl. And I guess she's never forgotten about him either because they end up meeting, but she doesn't have a fin; she just has regular legs. And so, so he starts kind of a relationship with her. But then every time she gets wet, her legs turn into fins. So that's how you know she's a mermaid. And then there's this one guy played by Eugene Levy from SCTV who knows she's a mermaid and is trying to prove it. So anyway, the main character, who's played by Tom Hanks, he falls in love with her, and hilarity ensues, and he finds out that she's a mermaid, and then he doesn't want any part with her, and they're going to do experiments on her, and then he suddenly realizes, I love her even though she is a fish, and then he goes and saves her, and they both jump into the sea, and they're never seen from again.
Wow, so he went in the water and died for her.
Yeah, I guess so.
Oh my gosh.
No, because if I remember correctly, there was a scene where the boy fell over when he was a little boy, he fell over the edge of the boat, and the little mermaid girl got him. So I guess that whole part that I said earlier was wrong.
Oh, that's okay. You just cleaned it up. So that's fine.
But and while he's down with her, he can breathe.
Did you know who directed this movie?
I think it was directed by a director, and that director might have been, let me think for a minute. The director could have been Richie from the Fonzie Show. Why can't I think of that? from Happy Days. Ron Howard. Yeah, Ron Howard. He's the one who directed this movie.
Yeah, this was his third film.
Yeah, and it starred Eugene Levy, like I said, and Tom Hanks.
Yep.
And Tom Hanks was relatively a newcomer. I mean, he'd really just been in Bosom Buddies before that. And
right.
and Daryl Hannah was in it, and then John Candy. He was also from SCTV, and he was funny. He played Tom Hanks' brother.
I love John Candy. He's good.
Yeah,
he's really good. But yeah, that's one thing I really, really admired that Ron Howard directed this movie.
Yes,
that's awesome. I hope he does so many more movies.
I do too.
I think I do too. He's really good at it.
He's come a long way from Richie from Happy Days.
He really has, and his whole life, his whole career has just been on TV or in the movies. He's, Opie is where he started, goes straight to Happy Days, wrote and produced and directed Grand Theft Auto, then did Night Shift, and
he did the voice on one of my favorite Halloween records, the Walt Disney Halloween records where they walk through the haunted house.
Yeah.
He did the voice. He did the voice of the kid in that.
That's right. I forgot all about that. So he has a touch of a Halloweenism.
He does.
Thank God, because we love Halloween on this show.
Absolutely.
Can't wait to do the next episode of the Halloween special.
Yeah.
Coming to you right here on 80 to 89. I watched Spinal Tap.
I've heard of that, but I've never seen it.
This is Spinal Tap is a great movie by, you ever see Laverne and Shirley?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so Michael McKean on Laverne and Shirley.
He plays Lenny.
Yeah. Hey, Laverne.
Yeah.
That guy. And then Harry Shearer.
Wasn't that Squiggy that you just did?
I can't remember. Yeah, it is. But I was just, yeah. And Michael McKean's in it.
Mm-hmm.
Christopher Guest is the guy who writes these things with Michael McKean and Harry Shearer. Mm-hmm. And what it turns out to be is actually a parody of a rock band that doesn't exist. But I thought it was a real thing until I recognized Lenny.
Ah.
And I was like, wait a minute, this has got to be fake. No wonder it's so hilarious. And then Meathead came up in it.
Meathead?
Bob Reiner. Yeah, Meathead is playing the director of the documentary that this is taking place. Mm-hmm. But later to find out it was a mockumentary.
Mm.
And I felt had. But I loved the movie all the same. It was great. It was hilarious. There's just, and they're really playing those instruments. They have to be, because it just looks real and sounds real. Incredible music, incredible acting, and extremely funny. I'm wondering if they did a lot of improv in this movie. If you haven't seen it, I really suggest you see this. This is something you must see.
Yeah, I haven't seen it. I'll have to check it out.
And now it's time for the video game of the month.
Hey, Matt, you want to talk about the video game of the month?
Yeah, let's talk about that. So what video game did you play this week, or this month, Kevin?
This week and this month, I played Ghostbusters, the 1984 video game, and where I played it on my Sega Master System.
Ooh.
That's right. I got myself a Sega Master System, unbeknownst to my family, because they would be so upset to know that I spent my money, my allowed money on that. But this game is licensed by Activision, and it is based on the movie that just came out.
Well, the movie's great.
There's a lot of platforms that you can get this game on, and then I'll tell you what the gameplay is like. But
Okay.
you can get this on the Commodore 64. It's available in Atari 8-bit along with the Atari 2600. You can get it for the NES, like I said, the IBM, and you can get it on the Amistad CPC. Do you know what I don't know? What the price point is?
Man,
I'm sorry.
Well, how's it play? Is it a good game?
It's a great game. It's sort of like a Pac-Man-esque type of game, because you're roaming the city, basically trying to stop all of these, speaking of roamers from reaching the Temple of Zool, which is all the ghosts in the city, and you're trying to stop them, because if they reach Zool, then they've taken over the entire New York City, and it's terrible. But what you do is you are moving right and left, and you're vacuuming up all the stray ghosts, and you try to avoid cars, and you try to avoid the Slimer. The aim is to have $10,000 by the time that the city's PK level, which I'm guessing is like the anger level, reaches 9,999. And where
would that be the psychokinetic level?
Yes,
Like
and that's
like
why
the
it's-
ghostly level.
That's the PK, the psycho. Thank you, because I didn't think of that. This is why you're so
what happens
brilliant.
if you don't get to that?
The Stay Puft Marshmallow Man will appear and wreak havoc on the city,
Oh,
and it ends the game. And then in some versions, like the Commodore 64, after the first success of the game, the player is given an account number which stores the amount of money that the player had at the end of the game. And this is allowed for purchasing better items.
well, I read that Ernie Hudson, who plays Winston in the movie,
Yeah.
his kids hated the Commodore 64 game. They thought it sucked.
Quote unquote sucked?
Quote unquote sucked.
That's terrible. You would think that maybe they were jealous of his career, or were they upset that Eddie Murphy didn't get the part?
That could be. That could be.
One or the other. You know that they use speech samples in this?
They do.
They sure as heck do, and most of the versions of the game feature a samples rendition of the Ghostbusters cry at the beginning of the, how the theme song.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So
does it have like Bill Murray or Dan Aykroyd or anything
no,
like
just
that in it?
they actually sampled speech and put it into the game, which is quite a new technology, especially back here in 1984.
Yeah. Wow.
So it's
I might
pretty
have
cool
to try
to
to
have
play
that.
that game.
Just to hear
Maybe-
someone talk like that
Yeah,
digitally.
maybe I can borrow it from you after you're done.
Oh yeah, I already I got it wrapped up here and ready to go with you.
Oh, sweet. Man, I know what I'm doing tonight.
Well, Matt, thank you again for another wonderful episode.
Well, thank you, Kevin. Thank you for having me over, and thank you for letting me borrow the game. I'm excited.
I'm very excited too. I'm glad that you're going to play it, and you got to tell me what you think.
I will.
But I want to thank all of you guys out there listening to this cassette tape. We really appreciate it. Please remember that you can find these recordings at the drug store, the drug fair, the drug dart, the People's Drug, anything that has a drug in it, or at the local.
Hey, don't forget Hooks. And the Hookettes, they got brand new outfits. The skirts are even shorter.
And that's another reason to go. Make sure to wear your mirror shoes. Also,
That's
go to your local library. We can also try these at the Highs, of course, and the Holly Farms. But we're going to be trying to go to the local McDonald's to see if we can get some of them in there too. The McDonald's company is pretty apprehensive about us having our cassettes in there, but what we're going to do is go stick them next to the trays where they keep the trays for the brand new chicken nuggets, which I don't think come out yet.
I don't know.
But if you see the cassettes there, that means they might have nuggets. Ask.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hope this sheds a little light here on life in the 80s, and we are definitely going to continue to do these journals month to month as time grows on with all of the news and entertainment that we can find. And we look forward to talking to you again. And join us next month when Matt says...
He doesn't sing British.
Please visit Zerbinator.wordpress.com. Visit Zerbinatorland on Facebook and Twitter. All shows available in iTunes, Stitcher, RSS download, and Google Play. Thanks for listening. Have a good night.